Hello, everybody. Welcome back for predictions round 38. Somewhat affected by the FA Cup. We've only got 10 games to predict this round. But before we do that, Sam Parkin, how did things shape up for round 37's results?
A ground-breaking moment in the prediction world.
Historic.
Both historic. It's exactly what I was looking for. I can't speak. Been speaking for far too long this morning already. We both got a 4-point haul. Both got a bonus point from one game, I'll add. So I predicted my bonus point was going to be 2-1 away win for Stoke at Preston, which obviously come in. And you, probably more impressively, after a little bit of contentiousness
Nudge from you.
When we were doing the predictions, you predicted
Your fault,
Norwich.
mate. It's your own fault.
I wouldn't give you 4-0 Norwich against Rotherham. You indeed went for 5-0 and you got your bonus point there, which was like incredible. I also had Millwall to win 1-0 against Birmingham and I had Cov to win 2-1 at Watford. So
Fair play. Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah, you rarely get 3 on the nose. So I think to get the additional bonus point, that might be a record. But all told, I got 12 points. And all in all, you got 9 points, which means 1-3-1 plays 1-2-1, 10-point margin of current victory for you.
I can't believe how competitive it is. It's brilliant, isn't it? Right, so let's go into round 38. Obviously, just for the complete housekeeping, we are recording this before Birmingham versus Middlesbrough. We're not going to predict that, but obviously we don't know what happened in that game in the space-time continuum. And the space-time continuum is going to take Sam Parkin all the way over to Wales for TalkSport this weekend for Swansea versus Cardiff. I'm just assuming that you're going to go first, Sam. What's your take?
Oh, that's difficult, isn't it? I think obviously Cardiff are going really well. Swansea will be doing everything within their power not to lose home and away. Oh, for that reason, I'm going to go on the fence, aren't I? But I'm going to go for a thriller. I'm going to go for the 2-2.
Yeah, I was thinking about the draw as well. So, being you've done it, I won't do it. And you just got to make Cardiff favourites at the moment, haven't you? And we did a bit on the check-in podcast at the end there where Swansea had loads of possession and couldn't beat Bristol City. I wonder if the same thing might happen here. Swansea 0, Cardiff 1 in the big derby over in Wales, I will open up with. And I'm going to continue to Birmingham versus Watford. Again, to reiterate, if you didn't hear 45 seconds ago, we don't know the outcome of Birmingham-Middlesbrough. So we could have Middlesbrough a bit closer to the playoffs. We could have Birmingham a bit further away from the relegation. So what we do know, Sam, is Tom Cleverley is taking charge of Watford for the first time. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I think it might favour Birmingham. So I'm going to go for a Blues home win, both teams to score. Birmingham 2, Watford 1.
Yeah, I think Middlesbrough's the tougher game on the basis of Watford changing manager this week. Middlesbrough winning well at QPR. So I'd have to agree with you there. I'll go for the slightly out of character, maybe, but I'll go for a 1-0 gritty. Out of character this season, you would have expected Birmingham to be in trouble and find this type of result in the past. So a bit of that going on. 1-0.
Ipswich versus Sheffield Wednesday. Sam?
Yeah, I think this is a tricky game. You think of all the elements of Leeds coming to town. It's going to be difficult. Had chances maybe opening 45. Sheffield Wednesday actually played quite well, I think. But yeah, great result for Leeds. There won't be maybe as that much emotion going on for this game, but I think it's a real tough game for Ipswich. Ipswich 2-0.
I think I'm going to follow you with the home win. Neither of us had Ipswich to beat Cardiff, did we? And we were right. We had a long conversation, didn't we, about on the Championship Checking podcast about Ipswich's need to stop conceding 2 goals every blooming game.
That's what I'm going for. This is it.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. Even with the red hot Ugbo, I will go Ipswich 1, Wednesday 0. Middlesbrough versus Blackburn, and I'm up first. I'm a bit worried about Blackburn now. And Middlesbrough feel like it's not like the beach is in sight, but they can be relaxed enough, I think, that they might play with some freedom and get closer to the playoffs than we imagined they might do. It still looks a long way back. But, sorry, Rovers fans, I'm going to back Middlesbrough to win this home game, Sam. It's Eustace, so it's low margin. Middlesbrough 1, Blackburn 0.
I'm going to go with the thought process that Middlesbrough are going to beat Birmingham in the week, potentially. So, therefore, I don't think they're going to do a 9-point in 3 games haul. I'm going to go for Blackburn to nick something here. 1-1.
And we are on to Plymouth versus Preston. Ryan Lowe versus, I was going to say Ryan Lowe versus Stephen Schumacher, but that was literally last week, which we were just talking about. That's why it's in my head. How can I link these 2 clubs now and not look a fool on I can't. Plymouth versus Preston. Away you go.
I just had to remind myself where Argyle got their point at the weekend. Having done so, this is big, isn't it, again? I'm going to go for more woe at home for Argyle. Who thought we would have ever been saying that this season? And having written off North End's chances of getting in the playoffs on the Championship Check-In podcast, I'm going to go for an away win, 2-1.
Oh, man. I don't know where that's going to leave Plymouth. They need to straighten out, else there's going to be bother. So I'll reverse you then, just on the basis that it's not really fair on Preston, but on the basis I think Plymouth are good for the division and I'd like them to pick some points up. And as you've said, we're kind of relying on them to do it at home. So I will go for Plymouth 3, Preston 1. And my faux pas at the beginning of this segment, for it to be a bit more Stephen Schumacher-y, and the goals to be flying in and the home win to be recorded. It's Rotherham versus Huddersfield. Rotherham stink at the moment, Sam, don't they? I'm immediately going to this thinking, I'm definitely going to predict them to lose because it's just been the way at the moment. They'll beat someone at some point. They'll probably beat someone in the top 6 just randomly between now and the end of the season, won't they? But I just can't back them at the moment, Sam. Rotherham 0, Huddersfield 2. Sorry, Millers.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I was concerned for a moment you were going to have the same scoreline. I backed them to win at Watford. I'm going to back them to win again here, Huddersfield, but they're going to do it by the 1-goal margin, 1-0.
1-0. We're just going to take a quick pause for the cause, just to give a little plug to Match Bingo. And I need to click a button so the logo appears above Sam's head. There you go. There it is. It's there somewhere. We're recording on Monday. So by the time you see this is already going to have played out. But a £1,000 super jackpot on Chelsea versus Newcastle. The Bingol's game will be live and running. It's going to be a bit quiet on Match Bingo at the weekend because of the FA Cup stuff. Don't have the FA Cup data over on the app. So a couple of Premier League games. You will be able to play the Bingol's game for free. And whatever game you are playing, Sam, they do now have the double jackpot in all of the games. So it had been previously that one person was winning that jackpot. We still get one winner of the jackpot, the first person to complete their card. But now on Match Bingo, anybody else who completes their card will win a share of a second jackpot. So we'll keep you appraised to see which of the big bonus games, and we can tell you what they are throughout the week. But do head over to the Match Bingo app. Use that there QR code, and that will let them know, the good people at Match Bingo, that Sam and I have sent you. And for God's sake, please play responsibly. Sam, you are up first. I don't know why I paused after 6 games. I'm supposed to go halfway, which that would have been after 5 games because we only got 10. So we're going to have a lopsided show, which is going to irritate my sense of OCD there, Sam. But it's Stoke City versus Norwich City.
Oh, that's a tricky one, isn't it? That's a tricky one to call. Have Stoke turned a corner? Played well at Leeds. Feels like they might have found something. For that reason, Rider 2-2. I'm going to play another draw. I'll play another 2-2.
Interesting. I was wondering whether you were going to go for the 1-1 there. I'm struggling to separate these two. I think Norwich have got goals in them at the moment. We mentioned Sainz on the check-in podcast, and Sarr. Obviously, they're missing Rowe, Sargent. I'm looking at Norwich each game and thinking they're going to score. And I think they can score a couple against Stoke. I was actually going towards Desmond. And as you know, the rules here, we never double each other up. Gentleman's agreement. So I'll go for a Norwich away win, Sam. Stoke 1, Norwich 2. And it is Sunderland versus QPR. And someone asked me, Ben, what's up at Sunderland? They just thrown the towel in with like 10 games of the season left to go. And I'm sort of like, it looks that way, doesn't it? So I think QPR are going to fancy a point or more in this, Sam. I'll leave it open for you to forecast the away win, but I'll go for QPR to get themselves a draw up at Sunderland. I haven't played a 1-1 yet, so I'm going to do that right now. Sunderland 1, QPR 1.
Yeah, I think you can't argue that QPR are a better team than Sunderland right now. Is that fair?
The trend agrees with you. I think Sunderland have got better players, but they're not being organised into a better team at the moment. So
no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what is it? Is it 5 straight defeats, Sunderland?
6. I think there might be a cup game in there as well. I'll check where you're talking.
So anyway, I just feel like this could be similar to the Leicester game in terms of the scoreline, not maybe in terms of how it wasn't a smash and grab, but you catch my drift. I think Leicester had the territory. I think this will probably be more of an even game, and I think QPR will win. I think that they will probably rediscover their mojo a little bit with a bit more time on the training ground to replenish more than get anything tactical on board. But I think that, it was difficult to get going again from the Middlesbrough performance after how much the West Brom game would have taken out of them. But yeah, I think this is going to be another good away day. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win.
6 defeats in a row for Sunderland.
I mean, they lose another one. They could, I don't know, they could do something, couldn't they? They could. I'm not going to. I mean, no, the guys that are in charge, I presume, are at the club for the long haul, but they could bring someone in to help or something, couldn't they? They might think about it. 7 straight defeats is it 6 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 7. I always say 6-7 gets a manager the sack, and I know we're not in that kind of landscape here with what we're talking about, but you catch my drift. It's pretty desperate, isn't it? If you lose 7 on the bounce.
100%. Just to reiterate, I had 1-1, Sunderland 1, QPR 1. Sam had Sunderland 1, QPR 2. And Sam, you are up first. West Brom versus Bristol City.
Yeah, there's a bit of a dearth of home wins on my little grid here. So therefore, I'm going to go for West Brom to continue in the same vein, basically. Maybe not put it together fully, but to get the job done, I will go for West Brom to beat Bristol City at home by 2-0.
I mean, that makes all the sense in the world. doesn't it? So let's assume that they can breach the impenetrable defence once, and I'll go 2-1 instead of 2-0, which takes me up to the Sunday game, Leeds v Millwall, which is the chance for Leeds United to go top of the table. And it's very hard for me, Sam, to predict anything other than that is what's going to happen. Millwall will give them a good fight. I think they'll possibly score. They might even be level or take the lead at some point, but I think Leeds will come good. Leeds 2, Millwall 1, Sam.
Yeah, it's just how good can Millwall defend, I suppose. I don't think they're going to have the attacking armoury to really take it to one of the best sides in the division. Yeah, I'm thinking along similar lines to you, but I'll go for a more convincing home win. I'll go for Leeds to win 3-1.
You will notice with 2 games short and only 10, we've done them all. No bonus points played. So, Sam, do we want to add a goal contribution onto a player to any of our predictions? Or do you feel you've got anything worthy of a bonus point already?
What about the 3-1? Sorry, what about 2-1 QPR at Sunderland or the South Wales derby to be 2-2?
Yeah, I'll take either of those. What are you going for?
I'll take the derby, considering I'm going to be there.
Yeah, brilliant. I don't think I've got anything worthy in terms of shock results. So am I right to stick a goal contribution in or a goal scorer?
I'm just having a little look over some of your stuff. I'm tempted to give you the 3-1 Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that all day.
Do you want to take that?
Yeah. Cool. So we've got our bonus points locked in. Please do play along in the comments. 1 point for a correct outcome, home, away, or draw. If you get the score right, 3 points. If you predict anything outlandish, you can give yourself 1 bonus point, but that needs to be established before the round so we all know what that is. Thank you for all of your support, brilliant views and interaction on the prediction show. So please keep that up. Get your predictions down there in the comments. You're not going to get to do this for a couple of weeks because of the international break. So it's a big thank you from Sam and I. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the championship predictions for round 38. Now, you might see a YouTuber with millions of subscribers and views a week driving a Bentley. It's a bit more modest, I have to say, when you're covering the championship. So if you can find a few quid each month to support over on Patreon or by hitting the join button here, you are making the world of difference for myself, Shaylee and Enid.